What is going on to you, Sagittarius out there? You have the Chariot, the Temperance, which is Sagittarius, and you have the Eight of Cups. So, so with the Chariot, right? The Temperance, the Eight of Cups. Piggybacking off of what it is I was talking about moving forward, right? A lot of you are learning to heal yourself from past experiences. You Sagittarius wish that sometimes y'all can get y'all revenge, but you're learning how to let go of that. You know, you Sagittarius can have a mentality sometimes of, you're just not going to let this person do this to me. There definitely needs to be some sort of get back. And what I'm trying to tell you is that a lot of you Sagittarius, you're spiritually evolving. So the Chariot represents the hardships that you've had to go through with people that you've tried to date, right? How they would run all these games with you and they would get you on your nerves. It would provoke you. And they would and you would think that they would be doing it for fun. And to a certain extent, they were doing it for fun, right? Come on now. Y'all know that I got to tell the truth now. Come on now. Come on now. So the Temperance and the Eight of Cups is about how you Sagittarius are moving forward spiritually. So what that means is you Sagittarius are showing them mercy. Yeah, you can get back at them and all of that stuff, but why would you, right? At the end of the day, those people are not in your life. They're not physically in front of you. They're not in your vicinity anymore, right? Where they're around you. So why go looking for them to get revenge? And a lot of you Sagittarius understand that too. You understand how useless that would be. And thus how one of the ways on how it is that you know that you're actually moving forward. So the Two of Wands and the Star card right here represents how a lot of you you're blessed because you don't have to deal with the emotional baggage that a person does when they're running game on other people. You don't have to deal with that. You Sagittarius are essentially free from that type of stuff, which is the point, right? You don't want to have to live with that your whole life. And because of that, a lot of you Sagittarius understand that that's the best that you can do. This is what you can do. This is what you should be doing. You should be moving forward, right? Because what are you expected to do? Well, what some people would have you do is to remember them, wild out, look for them, right? Put yourself in a messed up situation because you start to lose it. You start losing it. You start forgetting about all the progress that you've made. But that's not going to happen, right? You Sagittarius understand you're not even going to do that. You don't even have their number. You're not even in any kind of connections or groups or Facebook groups or any of that type of stuff. You're not connected to anybody that would dare to run all these kind of games with you in the first place. You don't even have those people in your life. The best thing for you to do now is to make sure that that cycle doesn't continue where you're the ones that's doing it to somebody else that doesn't deserve that. And the thing is that the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, you Sagittarius know this. You know this. You understand this. And you're doing everything that you possibly can to actually change the correct way, right? In a way that actually benefits you. Because you Sagittarius understand that the best thing for you to do is to make sure that even though you've made certain decisions in the past, it's best for you to not continue to make those same decisions in the future where, like I said, now you're doing it to another person. And because you have grown, right, the Magician represents now all that's left for you, Sagittarius, to do is to keep making those type of transformations. That's the thing that's left for you to do. A lot of you, Sagittarius, understand that, you know, you're actually doing the steps already. You're actually making those steps already. You just have to understand that the next thing for you to do is to make sure that you actually keep moving forward. And the thing is that the Six of Swords and the Page of Wands now is about how and don't let anybody get in your way. This is, see, you know, 2024 has really been a year of deep, profound transformation, really, for all of the zodiac signs in their own unique way. And all of the zodiac signs have really, you know, you have really come into your own. All of the zodiac signs in their own unique way have come into their own, where they're beginning to kind of, yes, they're still a part of the same clock, circle, round table, whatever you want to call it, right? But at the same time, they're really branching off and becoming their own. Each of them individually that much more distinct. Obviously, when you bring them together, it's that much better, but really making their own distinctions for themselves. And why I'm saying that is because a lot of you, Sagittarius, are going through your own spiritual transformation, your own meaningful transformation. There's a sense of wanting to be free, but not in the way that you used to be. There's a sense of, you know, when you were younger, wanting to be outside, wanting to be outside in nature and have fun with your friends and feeling free that way. But now it's this sense of you being outside, even by yourself, or wherever it is that you are, whether it's outside by yourself, in your home, wherever you are. That's essentially where the party is, because you're outside with all these knuckleheads, all these idiots, and they don't really mean you well at all, but yet you're outside with them. You're associating yourself with them, right? You're hanging out with them. And the thing about it is that the Page of Wands represents how you have to, you Sagittarius are making sure that you're really making those proper steps to really change. The Page of Wands represents, and the bar is not on the ground anymore. The bar is over the ground, right? It's higher now, because you realize that the example that you have been setting for yourself is not a very good one. You've been hanging out, like I said before, with knuckleheads that you associated yourself with. And you, Sagittarius, understand that it has to begin with you. You know, you can't hang out with knuckleheads and then not say that you're a knucklehead yourself. You know, you realize that you have to stop hanging around knuckleheads for whatever reason. Maybe you yourself is not particularly, you yourself have knuckleheaded tendencies, but the fact that you hang around them, there's something that's off. Why would you be hanging around these knuckleheads? Is it that you, Sagittarius, are afraid that if you wasn't hanging around them, that you wouldn't have anybody? And then even if you don't have anybody to hang out with, at the end of the day, who cares? Because these people ain't on to anything anyway. People that you've dated probably wasn't on to anything anyway, right? What were they on? What did they think was so exciting? Hanging out, partying every day, or as much as they possibly could. But when you really look at it for what it is, were they really enjoying their life? Or is it that, you know what I'm saying? Or is it like, what was the consistency of their life? Their whole life was about partying? Their whole life was about partying and not paying a bill? Everything was about partying? So there was no balance or compromise between work and play, you know? So let's clarify the Six of Swords. So to clarify the Six of Swords, the Devil, King of Swords, the Sun, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. The Devil and the King of Swords, again, it speaks to how you had to take a minute to really understand that some of the things that you were doing was delusional for the better, right? The people that you were hanging out with, you had a delusion about who they were. They were factually hanging out with you, but that's all that they were about, was hanging out. But they, at the same time, wasn't in a situation where it wasn't about them being in a particular situation where they actually was going through a phase where they were messing up a little bit, but they were never hyenas, right? They were always lions. It's just that no one knows everything. No, they were hyenas. And you Sagittarius knew that, but you Sagittarius also knew that if you didn't be a hyena yourself, or at the very least engage in hyena activities, you wouldn't have any friends. You wouldn't have anybody for you to date. So the thing about you now is the Sun and the Three of Pentacles represents the light at the end of the tunnel. The bright side of all of this is you're changing now. You've done a lot better for yourself. And that, you Sagittarius are not worried about if somebody doesn't want to hang out with you anymore. It's better to be by yourself, right, than to hang out with others, but they are the wrong influence because they're hyenas. They're dysfunctional. They don't want to do anything really like that. So the situation with that is the Nine of Wands is about how, because you're sick and tired of having to always go through this power struggle between yourself and said friends, right? It's always a power struggle between you and them. It's always something where at any moment, your love interest, right, your romantic interest, or your so-called friends, or whatever the case may be, they'll throw you away at a moment's notice. Now all of a sudden it's you whack and all this other type of stuff, and because you don't want to do what it is that they want you to do and all of that. And you Sagittarius, you being kind of goofed on and stuff like this, and kind of trashed and everything like that, because you Sagittarius may know more than the average person, right, or whatever zodiac sign, but they're just not aware of what's going on. And now a lot of you Sagittarius have come to learn to embrace your own, I guess, higher form of education or intelligence. And that if a person isn't a good match for that, right, meaning that if a person is in your life and they disrupt that connection that you have with your soul, that, that part of you that gives you that intelligence, those ideas, that inspiration and stuff like this, or if they come into your life and they down that, they gotta go. If they come into your life and they're not really beholding to that, they're not taking that as an important part of who you are, they gotta go. Because that soul that a lot of you Sagittarius, that level of divine knowing that a lot of you Sagittarius, a person cannot get in between that, because you Sagittarius have allowed a lot of other people to get in between your physical body and your soul, and that top down commands, right, for far too long. So a lot of you Sagittarius are learning to really clean house from having to deal with an individual, from anyone for that matter, love interest or not, who are going to waste your time, and disrupt or intercept that divine connection that you have to yourself. If they do that, if they try to get you out of pocket or try to get you upset, and they're doing it intentionally, they gotta go. They gotta go, which is good, because it means that you Sagittarius are changing for the better still. That's it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 20,000 plus subs. I'm at 13,900 and change. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. There's a link in the comment section below, all right? A Linktree link, click on it, all right? It will redirect you to a website where there's a way for you to get a personal reading from me. The books that I have, they're on Amazon. The merch, right? Clothes from t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, sweatpants, and I just want to say appreciate it. Comment on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like. That stuff helps.